Alright guys, for everyone who's new on this channel, I'm 18 years old and I basically became fully financially free. This is my modest apartment out here in Dubai, got a car, live in a different country from my parents, fully independently, make multiple five figures a month while barely doing any work. I could work for 2 or 3 hours a day and my life wouldn't change if I do this for years. And as good as all of that sounds, getting to this point kind of made me depressed. Not in a way where I was abusing substances or cutting myself or anything like that, but in a way where I just felt this apathy day after day. I didn't have a reason to get out of my bed. I didn't feel excited when I was working. I didn't have a clear vision. I didn't have any motivation. I struggled to get inspiration from people. I just was moving on autopilot through my life day after day, doing similar things, not planning out accordingly, not striving for anything bigger. I just got complacent. And I see this happening to so many other people. It's actually ridiculous. More people, this is happening to more people than there's people that would like to admit it. It's insane how common it is. So I wanted to bring this up and post a video about it. So hopefully it helps some of you who maybe go through this in the future. Hopefully you don't. Or maybe you're already going through this right now, whether you'd like to admit it or not. Maybe you've been hitting the same $10,000, $20,000 month for 6 months now or a year. So 4 or 5 months ago, I was $25,000 in debt. I posted a video about this on this channel. I was in a horrible position financially. I didn't have any profitable businesses. My e-commerce store, I had to shut that down because I didn't have any money to continue ordering inventory for my TikTok shop. And the momentum died because also my listings got frozen and creators' accounts got banned. Long story short, I found myself $25,000 in debt roughly and in a very sticky financial tax situation. And I documented all of that on this channel so you can go look at these videos. And when I tell you I was ready to kill when I woke up every day in that period of my life, I really mean it. I was getting out of bed. I had nothing else on my mind. I just wanted to crush it and make the money to cover the debt and to get my life back in order. And so I spent the last 4 or 5 months, whatever it was, working my ass off, getting into the position that I'm in today. I achieved my dream life. I'm not trying to exaggerate. This is exactly what I've been dreaming about for the last few years. And I was very public about it. I documented absolutely everything. Having my own apartment in Dubai, having my own car in here, being independent, not having to work a lot. I achieved all of it. And so you'd think I come to this point after such a low and I would want to grow. I would be very happy, head over heels, excited to move even further because I've just accomplished such a big thing. But the opposite happened. I've been thinking about it for so long. How does it even make sense logically that I lost motivation and I became this autopilot, sort of sluggish person after doing all of this? Wouldn't that be a great testament to myself that I can achieve greatness? Wouldn't I want to continue moving further? Anyway, I was able to conquer that rut, but it's incredible how I just basically taught my brain to embrace and enjoy scarcity and running away in fear from problems. So I think what happened was I just calibrated my brain to only work under pressure. I had this massive debt. I had all of these issues. I was with my parents. No offense to my parents. I don't really like living there. I want my own place. And so I had to work in order to get all of these things. But the problem with that mindset is, while it's definitely effective to, be under pressure, you're going to be a lot more productive. The problem is once you get out of pressure, once you become comfortable, inevitably you're going to make enough money. You're going to find that it's very difficult to work because you have nothing to run away from. Like it was in my case, I am set and I didn't have a reason to work. So I posted a tweet that ended up getting 55 or 60,000 views. And I said exactly what I told to you so far in this video. I said, I have no debt or liabilities. I'm 18. I make money. I used to be motivated a few months ago when I was in debt, but I'm not anymore. What do I do? How do I fix this? I addressed it to basically people who are already wealthy, who went through this potentially early on in their journey, just like me. I got about 130 responses, I think. I went through every single one of them. I replied to every single one of them. And I came to the conclusion that I'm just shifting states, or phases would be a better word. Phase 1 was working under pressure. Then I got to the comfortable position, and this is where most people get stuck, in between sort of pressure and greatness. They get stuck somewhere in the middle, just like me. I'm not speaking from not speaking down on people that this is happening to. I totally understand. If you're currently stuck, I'm quite literally the most understanding person in this position there is, because I just went through this myself. But my point is, it's very important you understand that this place in the middle where you make enough money for you to be comfortable, whether it's 3, 5, 10, 20, 30,000, whatever it is for you, month to month profit net, or maybe more, maybe less, whatever it is that makes you comfortable and makes you not get out of bed in the morning, makes you not have that pressure anymore. Once that pressure is I don't know the word, but once that pressure is removed and you can breathe freely and you don't have to be under pressure, you don't have to be running away from anything. Once you hit that, what happened to me, once I hit that position where I didn't have any debt or liabilities or tax obligations, or I didn't even have to work that much on a day-to-day basis, like I said earlier, I basically just lost the drive. And the reason people get stuck in this place, in the middle, is that they do something that got them from 0 to 1, which is running away from the problems, being under pressure, whether it's moving out from your parents or whether you're in debt or you really want to change your life, whatever it is, you're running away from the problems. You get to point A, or I mean to step 1 from 0 to 1, but the problem is what gets you from 0 to 1 doesn't get you from 1 to 2, and it definitely doesn't get you from 2 to 3. And so it gets you from 0 to 1, and then you just continue doing the same thing. Some people artificially inflate their lifestyle on purpose just to feel under pressure, to feel broke, some people call it, and I actually had those thoughts myself. Thankfully, I didn't do that. But what that's going to do is just going to reinforce your bad initial mindset that you need to let go of. The correct way to go from 1 to 2 is not just doing more of what you did going from 0 to 1. It's letting go of that broke, pressured mindset, scarcity mindset I like to call it, and adopting a abundance mindset that will actually allow you to grow and prosper from 1 to 2, from 2 to 3, and so on and so forth. There's going to be obviously different adjustments you're going to need to make along your way. You know, I'm not crazy wealthy, obviously. I don't know what you're going to do there. But what I do know is that in order to get from 1 to 2, you need to shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. You need to genuinely find a reason aside from just, oh, I'm broke, so I want to get richer, or, oh my God, I have to pay my bills and I don't have any money to do so. You have to find something bigger that will inspire you to get richer. And so in my case, that was actually very, very simple. I spent probably at least 3 or 4 days going back and forth trying to find that reason, trying to find that purpose. And it was very simple. I realized that I just started to put myself in a very small pond. I was like a shark in a pond. I was listening to people online and speaking to people who are below me in their income level, who are making less money than me and are thinking smaller than me. And that doesn't only apply to your friends or family or whatever, it applies also to people that you're listening to online and the communities and circles you put yourself into online. If you're watching a YouTuber and he despises rich people, you're inevitably going to adopt that mindset. It's going to rub off on you no matter what you think. So the first change I made was, once I realized this, was I cut out all of that negative influence that put these negative beliefs about money upon me. I cut all of that out and I replaced the negative talk and the negative beliefs, YouTubers and social circles that I was in with only people who are above me. All right? So now I wasn't listening to people who think rich people are evil anymore, or who think whatever 10, 20K a month is a lot of money. Oh my God, it's a lot of money. It's not a lot, it's not a lot of money. I was listening to these people and therefore it rubbed off on me, and inevitably, obviously, I started thinking the way they think, which is, oh my God, it's a lot of money. It's not a lot of money. And once I started listening to people who make 100K a month, 500K a month, a million a month, I realized how small I am. I realized how much more there is to life and how little I have achieved. And don't get confused here. It's not out of pressure that I now want to get bigger. It's not like I am pressured into becoming bigger because I don't have enough because of scarcity or whatever. It's abundance because I now see all of these great things and I understand that I can achieve them. And I want to achieve them out of a good place, out of abundance, not out of scarcity. And that's the difference that I had to make. I can still keep money in my savings account and it's not going to disturb me. That's the difference between a scarcity mindset and abundance mindset. With the scarcity mindset, if I had money in my savings account, if I had multi-five figures in there, I wouldn't be able to force myself to work because I would think that I'm good, I'm set, whatever. The difference between that and the abundance mindset is that with the abundance mindset, even though I have multi-five figures in the savings account, I still am excited to work because I can see that there's so much more that I can achieve and so many more things that I can do. And so there's this one thing Jeremy Haynes said, I admire him a lot. He said, in order to get that motivation back and in order to get unstuck, you need to do one of two things. Thing one, looking at a person who is in a better financial position than you, who's objectively dumber than you. You look at that person, you're like, how the hell is he even making that much more than me? You need to look at people like that. And number two is trying to find people with similarities to you. So whether they're from the same hometown or they're in the same business model, they're the same age, same skin color, same ethnicity, whatever it is. And you look at them and you will be inspired by either one of these two categories, or maybe just one, or maybe both in your case. So I started doing that. I started listening to these people who are similar to me in similar business models, speaking to a lot of these people. And inevitably, my mind started to adopt to that scale. It started to think bigger. It started thinking, what the hell am I doing being complacent? There's so much more to achieve. I didn't even scratch the surface yet. And it sounds easier. It sounds pretty easy, but in reality, it's actually more difficult than you think to shift your mindset like that. It's not like you just snap your fingers and it changes. It's not hard at all. By all means, it's pretty easy. What I'm trying to say is you're going to have to do a little bit of work in order to achieve that. And all of this work is basically just forcing yourself to listen to these people, even if you're not interested, even if you're not, if you don't care, if you are used to listening to broke people or people who have a worse mindset than you that has been rubbed off on you. You have to force yourself to find people who inspire you, who are better than you, and you have to only start listening to those people and cut out all the people that impose their limiting beliefs on you about money and about wealth. Number two, and this was actually very powerful to me, is you have to start forcing yourself to act like the version of yourself who has that next level. So once you have adopted the abundance mindset, you have defined your new goals, your new desired reality, whether it's a bigger house or a better car, whatever it is, better city. Once you've defined that, you have to start acting like the person who already has it. So don't be sad if a deal didn't go as you planned, if you didn't close something or you didn't sell something. Don't become sad because of it, because the successful version of you wouldn't get sad because of it. He would just move on because there's more deals. So what I'm saying is you just have to basically force yourself to act like that person, and then the reality will reflect that. You will see that just like, it's like magic, it's crazy. If you force yourself to act like that person, then you will inevitably also start to feel like that person, and then that will just reflect in real life, and it will start to come together in the physical reality as well. So in summary, I got financially free Then for some weird reason that I didn't actually expect, I've never felt anything like that, I got kind of depressed. I felt apathy. Then I cut out all of the negative influence that I was putting myself under for no reason and replaced that with positive influence from people from above me. And now I've set way bigger goals and I'm very excited to move forward. I've realized that what I have now is objectively fucking nothing. This apartment is dog shit. Multi-5-figure a month is fucking dog shit. There's people making $1 million a month. And I've removed these limiting beliefs and now I'm able to scale further and I'm so much more excited. I have so much more joy. I'm finally not on autopilot anymore. I'm actually moving forward and it's the most exciting thing ever. Self-improvement, waking up every morning, rushing to the gym, rushing back home to work. It's the most fulfilling thing ever. So I really encourage you to do the same thing and to take this path and to start improving yourself and surrounding yourself with people that actually inspire you and that make you want to push further and become better and to not get complacent like I did. This is a lesson that I had to learn. I had to go through this and I hope that you don't go through this as well because it was genuinely very, very, very miserable for me. So hopefully you learn from my mistakes and you learn from this video and that helps you get past this sort of complacency a lot faster than I did. So thank you for watching. If you want to be surrounded by like-minded people like me, join my Discord community. I'm going to leave a link in the description. Follow me on Instagram if you'd like, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next one.